Hey guys, it's felt like forever since I've talked to you, but here's my weekly recap. So I stayed in Morrow with my parents for a few days, and let me tell you, it's typical. There are 2 stoplights in the entire town. It's a village, actually. Technically, it's the village of Morrow. And my parents like it so much that instead of moving where they were going to, they decided to move the place where they're building their lot, like the lot where they're going to have their actual house built, 1 street over to the house they're renting right now. That's how much they like it. Which, I can see why you'd like it. I mean, it's far away from everything, but it's got a lot of woods, and it's got, like, Augie, the dog, loves running around and playing in the woods, like off-leash and stuff, so I can see why you'd like it. It's not loud, but it has 2 stoplights. I can't get over that fact that it has 2 stoplights. In the house, so the house is really creepy. I don't know if I've told you this before, but first of all, like, the rings on the shower curtain in the bathroom where I am look like spines, okay? Like, I realized they're just like a white cloth all bunched up, but they look like spines, and that's creepy. But what's the creepiest is that there's something in the attic. We thought it was gone. My mom said it was gone, but it's not. It sounds like a full-grown man walking around up in the attic. My money is that it's a child monster. Like some long-lost twin who somehow made it to our attic, who's just like scurrying around up there. Because it sounds way too big to be a raccoon. But yeah, there's something in the attic. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I want to know what it is. But there's something in the attic. Also, the one thing that's good about Morrow is that location scouting for a movie, fucking sweet. The place I'm thinking of where we could shoot our movie used to be an old ski resort. So there were like those giant, like, you know, those ski lift? There were like archaic ski lifts there. Where I don't know, we might be able to find like an old, like, I don't know, the actual ski lift that you sit in. But there is like the poles that would like hold them up and the wires, and those are all still there, and there's like an abandoned parking lot. But the best part is that there's this like campground sort of thing. It's not a technical campground, but you could obviously camp there. That's right next to the creek. So I think that would be super cool to film at. But we were driving down the road, and my parents were like, "Oh, look at that! You see that? That's a deer carcass we saw in the middle of the night."
Down this road with no one around us at night. And your mom said, "Back up. I want to look at that." And I thought, what would Paige do here? She'd keep going. I didn't even know what it was.
Well, you just don't get out of the car.
There it is. There it is.
Oh.
Other than the house being super creepy, my parents and I also saw Iron Man 3. A+. Pepper Potts is a badass bitch. Don't mess with her. Robert Downey Jr. was a cutie pie, of course. Anyway, it's May semester. Woo! So May semester, well, today was the first day, and the class seems pretty cool. It's creative writing, intro fiction writing. So it's going to be a lot of writing. Like, holy shit, a lot of writing. But it looks like it's going to be a whole lot of fun. Like, today I already had to write 2 papers. Now, it's like 1 to 2 pages of creative writing, but you know me. So it ended up being, each one ended up being a little over 2 pages, which is really good, because I thought I was going to way over the limit. But I didn't, so I'm really happy about that. Anyway, so it's literary fiction is what he wants, okay? But when I looked at his definition of literary fiction, I was just kind of like, isn't that pretty much everything? So the syllabus says, this course is dedicated to literary fiction, which differs from what is commonly referred to as genre fiction, science fiction, romance novels, young adult novels, horror writing, etc. in that it is primarily concerned with documenting the human experience. It relies on conscious, thematic, structural, and linguistic decisions made for specific artistic effect. It aims to surprise rather than fulfill generic expectation. It aims for truth, though not necessarily realism, rather than simple entertainment. The outer story may include zombies, robots, love affairs, or murder, but these elements should be in service to the inner story, which speaks to the human experience in a meaningful way. Isn't that everything? Isn't every story you read about human experience? But isn't it all like, it all comes down to people? Am I just wrong on that? I mean, because I tried to think of like exceptions to the rule. I was like, okay, what would count as genre? Well, obviously, my mind went to Twilight. So I was like, okay, because I guess Twilight counts as your horror romance. Because, you know, there's not a lot of like character development. It's a shitty book overall. I thought about it, I was like, okay, I guess that can be considered genre writing. But I feel like for the most part, everything is considered literary fiction, at least from what I've seen. So I don't know if you guys have seen that, but for me, I've always seen pretty much everything I read is literary fiction. It doesn't, just because it has a romantic plot or a fantastical plot doesn't mean that it's not talking about the human experience. But that's just my opinion. If you guys have other opinions, go ahead and comment or talk to me or whatever. But personally, I take issue with the term literary fiction. It's all literary fiction. So just, I get very upset about that. And then there's the apartment. It's beautiful. Look how spacious. Oh, do you see that? Do you see that? There's a dishwasher. Yeah, oh look, oh, there's my desk. Oh yeah. And there's my bed. It's a really giant room. Yeah, so, oh, sorry, there's my roommate's stuff, closets, and now look at this shit. Oh yeah. Yep, look, got my own toilet, my own sink, my own bathtub with shower caddy. But yeah, the place is super cool. I'm really digging it. I mean, the one downside is that there's not a front desk, so you can't like go and rent movies or like pots and pans. So I had to go shop for those. I spent so much money on groceries. It was sick. It was disgusting. I was like, how am I gonna eat this much? But actually, it wasn't a lot of food. I went to Target. I got the cheapest shit they had. See, I'm a little upset with that. I have cookie dough. Do you think these are gonna become real cookies? You are sorely mistaken. But yeah, I haven't done much. Class seems cool. Being home was cool. I'm kind of disappointed that I'm missing out on like working, but I think this will be good for me. So yeah, what have you guys been doing? Because I have been doing nothing except I finished watching Game of Thrones. I just watched the newest episode, and let me tell you, I'm really upset because everyone I love dies.